all new episode of Road Trip After Hours. I'm your host, Mac Davis, and that is WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long. Hey, Teddy.
Holla, player.
How you doing, my friend?
Hey, man, doing good, doing good. Just happy to be alive.
I hear you. I'm looking forward to next weekend. We haven't really been able to talk much about this. We've been so busy. But next weekend, we'll be in Savannah, Georgia, Teddy, for a big Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's right. You and I will be right there with the live version of Road Trip After Hours.
Yeah.
So fans are welcome to come by and talk to us and get on the podcast and, pick up your autographs or whatever you need, hug, whatever it is, we got it for you.
Yeah, we'll sell hugs, too. Teddy, I've never been to a Comic-Con. I know you've been to a few of them, if I'm not mistaken. What am I in store for? What is a Comic-Con exactly?
Well, they're really exciting. They have people that dress up in a lot of, costumes. And a lot of these costumes, I used to ask people, where did you buy that at? And they spent a lot of money. One guy had on a costume, he spent over $5,000, getting it ready and making it, and I mean, it was just unbelievable. But you're going to probably see something that you've never seen before, and you're going to have a lot of fun because it's very entertaining. And it's very educational, too. You can learn a lot. Yeah,
that's the part I'm really looking forward to, Teddy, is you and I with the camera and a microphone talking to some of these, I guess the cosplayers is what they call them, the cosplay that they do, where they dress up like these different characters, either from comics or from movies, whatever it may be. But it looks like it'd be very entertaining, and I can't wait till you and I get a hold of some of these guys and have a little fun on the microphone with them. I think it'll be a very entertaining weekend, so I'm looking forward to that.
Good.
We got some news, Teddy. I know you're good friends with Kevin Sullivan. This is somebody that really had made a mark for you to get into this career of professional wrestling. And he has not been healthy as of late. And as a matter of fact, I want to bring something up. I read this, and I'm not sure about this whole story about what happened with Kevin, but here's what I've gathered so far. Back on May 12th, while attending an autograph signing in Florida, he suffered a devastating accident, they say. Emergency surgery saved his leg and his life, but he encountered severe complications, including sepsis and encephalitis. His family has set up a GoFundMe campaign to help cover ongoing hospital expenses, skilled nursing care, therapy, medical costs, and transportation back home to his family. I have not heard how he is doing as of the time that we're recording this right now. I do know the last time, Teddy, that you and I were able to find out anything, he was still he was trying to chug along. He's still kicking. He's still Kevin, but he has had a rough go of it here.
Well, when you say, Kevin and I were friends, Kevin and myself, we were more than friends.
Yeah.
Kevin was certainly responsible for me getting my first break in managing. It was Kevin and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert's idea to do that, and they got that done. And then Kevin and I, we rode together back in the day. He was great friends with my wife. She knew him very well. I knew Kevin when Kevin was married to Nancy, which is, God rest her soul, which was lately married to Chris Benoit.
Right.
So I was right there with Kevin when all of that stuff was going on. So I did call Kevin, tried to get his wife, and she did get back with me, and they were supposed to call me back, and they said that they had moved him to Boston. He has a brother that lives there, and I think his brother's taking care of him. So I haven't heard back from him. But my thing was this. I had a chance to talk to Daryl down in Miami. A lot of guys know Daryl.
Davis. Daryl Davis.
Yes, Daryl Davis. And very good friend of mine, too, man. Been knowing that brother for quite a while. And he's really a great guy. And he was telling me that Kevin was working for some independent wrestling company there. And so I said to him, I said, well, why haven't these guys come up with some kind of benefit show or something to run, to try to help Kevin out? Maybe they don't understand. Kevin Sullivan was a legend in the state of Florida. I don't understand these guys, man. So, and it kind of touched Daryl too. And Daryl was talking about it. And so he got in touch with him. And basically they said they were going to do something. I haven't heard anything back from them, but if we can put together a show for Kevin to help him out, let's try to do that. And like I said, I think you have some information there that as the GoFundMe where you can send donations to help Kevin.
Yes. If you want to help Kevin, he does have a GoFundMe page that's been established for him, and it's under Help Wrestling Legend Kevin Sullivan Recover. That's what you look for. Help Wrestling Legend Kevin Sullivan Recover. So far, they were going after $20,000. And I don't want this to be a reason to slow up any of your donations. Please don't do that, because there's much more expenses that are going to be following what he's got right now. But as of their $20,000 goal, they have so far raised $54,679 as of today of the recording that we're doing right now. So he's well exceeded that goal, but that goal was just for the initial of him getting in the hospital. There's so many unknowns taking place, and Kevin Sullivan in Florida, like you say, Teddy, was a legend in professional wrestling, not just in Florida, but Florida was basically his home.
Yes.
And that is a place that you would surely expect that there'd be a big benefit show for Kevin Sullivan going on somewhere. And look here, if Teddy and I can help in any way, if there's a big benefit show that will benefit Kevin Sullivan, contact us. Let us know. We'll do whatever we can to try to make that a success. We want to see him get the help that he needs and have the funds to do so without all that worry and hassle. And I've seen people comment online too. Let me bring this up. People have said online, well, he should have money. He made all that money when he was wrestling. No. The times were totally different back at the time when Kevin Sullivan was wrestling. The money like you see today did not exist back then when Kevin Sullivan was wrestling.
And back then he also had bills to pay too.
Yes, you had bills to pay, and as you get older, there's a lot more things to take place. There's a lot of reason why he should be helped in this situation. If anybody, Kevin Sullivan is one of those guys. He's been on our show, as a matter of fact. If you've not seen the interview we did with Kevin Sullivan, go back in the archives. You'll find an interview with Kevin Sullivan. Fantastic interview. He a great guy, and he took the time out and spend with us and told some great stories. And Teddy, I'm glad you brought that up. Again, if you want to help out Kevin Sullivan, please do that. Go to the GoFundMe page, Help Wrestling Legend Kevin Sullivan Recover. If you'll do that for us, we appreciate it very, very much. Teddy, I want to touch on something, and I don't know if you'll want to do this or not, but I want to bring up something. When you and I go on road trips, we talk quite a bit about all kinds of different things. And sometimes we get into serious moments where we talk about, our childhood and stuff like that. And on our road trip recently, you brought up a story you told me about your father that it really hit me, to be honest with you, because I can't imagine that happening. Can you tell that story? Would you mind?
No, I don't mind. The thing that I talked about with my dad, I really never knew my father. Really never knew my mother either. I remember meeting her, and I remember meeting my dad a couple of times. Well, anyway, I had just, I think I just got a job in NWA1. I just started refereeing.
Yeah.
And I was just happy, I had that job. And so we ran this show in Birmingham, Alabama. That's where I'm from. And that's, that's where my dad lives. So I only knew one little area there that my dad used to hang out. My dad was an alcoholic. So all he cared about is just his alcohol. And I knew that little area that you could always go there and you could always find him. So I got over to Birmingham.
Teddy, when you say that area, what area kind of describe the area you're talking about?
Well, it's a street called 6th Avenue.
Yeah.
Okay. And 6th Avenue was the place where my dad lived, on 6th Avenue. And right there on 6th Avenue there was a place called a shot house. Well, shot houses were places where people sold moonshine, after hours or illegal. So you could always go to the shot house there, get you a mayonnaise jar. It's 50 cents or $1, whatever, but it had moonshine in it. And that's what my daddy drank, was a whole lot of moonshine. And so, well, he didn't have a lot of money. He didn't work, I guess. And so he just drank what he could afford. So I went to Birmingham. And so I said to myself, I said, I'm going to go down here and see if I can find my dad, because I wanted to talk to him and let him know, I got this job I just got and blah, blah, blah.
How long had it been at that point, Teddy, since you've seen your father?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 10 years, maybe 10, maybe longer, 10, maybe longer. But anyway, I was just lucky. I went in that area, went in that spot, and I walked back in the shack where the old houses were, where I knew everybody hanging out at. And there he was. So I walked up to him and I started talking to him. Never did tell him who I was. I just started talking to him, and and then I said, "Yeah," I said, "You got a son, don't you? You." And he said, "Yeah, yeah." I said, "When last time you talked to him? You ever see your son? He come see you or whatever?" He said, "No, no, I never do see him." I said, "Well, have you ever tried, to go and see your boy or see where he was?" And he just kind of shy and he couldn't talk about it. So finally I looked at him. I said, "Hold your head up, look at me." I said, "You're talking to me." I said, "This is your son." And he, he just broke down into tears, and me and him both. And we was just silent there for a minute, and I hugged him, and then we chatted for a little bit, and then I had to get on my way.
And did you ever see him again after that, Teddy?
Haven't saw him, didn't ever see him again. I think the last I heard, he passed away.
Wow. When you told me that story, I had to remind myself that when I grew up in what people may consider to be a beaver cleaver family, just a typical middle-class family growing up, mom, dad, go to school. And I forget sometimes that not everybody grew up that way. And when you told me that story, it really hit me. But I wanted to make sure you told that story, because as much as it moved me, I hope it moved those who just listened to it just now. So anyhow, look here, I'm getting all teared up on that. Anyhow, we are out of time. That's it. I do want to remind everybody that we will be coming back to Savannah, Georgia. Well, actually, the first time I'll be there. Teddy has been there many times, but this is my hometown, so I'm looking forward to getting back over there and seeing what this Savannah Comic-Con is all about. And we hope you'll join us. Go ahead.
And let me remind everybody before we go, Saturday night, Saturday morning, I'm going to be in Burlington, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there at the Alliance Convention Center, Exhibit Hall 1214 for a big card show. That this coming Saturday, Burlington, North Carolina, the Alliance Convention Center. So I'll be right there and looking for all the fans that come out and say holla at a player.
And by the way, if you come see us in Savannah, the Savannah Comic-Con, these will be on sale. Brand new shirts. Wrestling's Road Trip After Hours. We have a limited number of these. They'll be on sale at the event. So we hope we'll see you there.
Yeah, that's right. And also, man, if they don't, want to wait until they get to Savannah, put that number down at the bottom where they can send you, they can get your information, and you can get them right out to them.
Yeah, if you're interested in a t-shirt, simply leave some information down below and I'll get back in touch to you. All right, that's it. This has been Road Trip After Hours. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you again next week.